start today's session, and it is going to be Unit 56. Okay, come on. You know what? Sometimes my PC doesn't obey me, or is it the mouse? I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me check. I know what's happening. Here we go. Okay, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to work with Unit 56 against the odds. And here we have today's quote. Agustin, welcome.
Hello.
You. Please.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Could you help us reading?
And, sure, I'll be glad to. Life is like riding a bicycle. In order to keep your balance, you must keep moving.
Thank you.
I haven't stopped moving all day long. Oh my gosh.
My goodness. All right. So could you help us? What does this, what this phrase mean? What's your opinion about it?
Yeah, there are a lot of things that we make every day so we can be succeeding in some of them. Most of times we don't, well, at least in my experience, I'm not succeeding in everything I do. But I do my best. I do try my best. So if I keep on moving, I'll make my balance eventually. I mean, I'll make one of these goals I will get.
That's great.
That's what I believe.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, Agustin, who's your victim?
Oh, Marisol.
Thank you very much. Marisol, hello. Don't be shy.
Well, what about Astrid?
Okay, Astrid, thank you very much.
Well, I think that, yeah, when you are doing something, you should be planning ahead. So to do things to achieve other things, to get a goal. So I think that's what it means to keep moving and keep your balance. It's like you're not doing things just for nothing. You're planning for a future. That's what I think.
Thank you.
Like the bicycle. You ride a bicycle because you're going somewhere.
Yes, that's it. You're right. Thank you very much. Astrid, who's your victim?
My victim would be Fernanda.
Thank you.
Or maybe Abigail if Fernanda isn't there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Abby, we listen to you. You know what? I think that today we are having a lot of problems about the microphones. So, volunteers, any volunteers?
Me.
Okay, please, Sarisbeth.
Okay, I think that during our life, we have to make many mistakes before to be a master. That's I think so.
Yeah, that's it. Before being a master, we make mistakes, many different mistakes, but that conduct us to mastery. That's it. All right, thank you very much. Do anybody of you want to say anything? Anything else? Anybody else?
Yes, me, Carmen.
Okay, Carmen, please.
I think that the life is a balance. You need to balance your foods, your healthy, your moving, your exercise, or what do you talk or say. So the life is moving, but in this moving, you must keep balance.
Yes, that's it. You're right. Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Yes, me.
Yes, please, Laura.
I think that all the days we have a new opportunity. In every day you have good things or maybe bad things. And if you put your attention only in the bad, you lose the balance. But if you have a goal, have a purpose for your day, um, then with your effort, you can again have the balance. Is a little difficult, but is the at the same time is um, the important of the life, the
Yes,
good and the bad things for all the days.
yes, you're right. And something that attracted my attention very much about what you said is that to pay attention on what we do, because sometimes we act very impulsively. So, yes, we have to pay attention to everything that worthwhile, of course, the important ones. Okay, well, and finally, here we have another quote. Every master was once a disaster. So I think that it is true. Once we went learners, later on we are gonna be master. Let's see. Anybody else's comment? Okay, let's go.
I want to share. I want to share.
Yes, yes.
Um, all these lessons, specifically in this intensive course that we have gotten, have been a great challenge for me. I mean, I do it once, I do it twice, I do them 3 times, 4 tries, because I don't want to be in 7 or in 8 or in 9. I want to be in 10. So there are, in my mistakes, I can understand what I'm doing wrong, and I can learn. Surprisingly, only once in one lesson I had one the 100% of the answers well done. But all of these, we started in 46. Now we are in 55 and getting into 56. So in 10 lessons, it has been hard job. So I can realize and recognize that I've been a disaster, and I'd love to be not a master, but I want to have my certification.
Oh my,
Keep going and keep going.
yeah, you will do it. I know that you will do it. But
Me
you know,
too.
yeah, you will do it. You know what? I think that you all are very good. You are really good. But well, sometimes I would like to give you a piece of advice. To work with platforms, not only the platform we use in Ilse, but also any other platforms, it's difficult because, well, sometimes we consider that there can be many different options for an answer, but in a platform, the answers are uploaded according to grammar rules, spelling, and all of these issues. Guess what? The problem, the real problem that I can see in working with platforms is that the platform is non-human. So it doesn't pay attention on if you wrote a capital letter and it must have been a lowercase. So for the platform, it was not the correct letter and it's wrong. It doesn't pay attention on what, for example, if you type a double space, then for the platform, it is not a double space, it's a duplicated letter. So we have to be very careful about those things because, as I told you before, it's a machine, not a person. So it doesn't take into consideration all of these things. They don't say, okay, but he or she had the idea, it's okay. Just it's wrong and that's all. So pay attention very carefully to those points. Okay, so here Abigail wrote, my way of thinking or my point of view is that life is like a bicycle. We must always be aware of where we are going, and very important thing is the balance in it. Yes, Abby, excellent. Joel, in my case, I have an unorganized disaster, I think. Hey, that's great. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's continue. Here we are, class 11 topics. Grammar and writing. Could anybody help me reading, please? Volunteers today.
Me.
All right, please,
Me.
Jessie.
Grammar and writing. Verbos seguidos de ing o del infinitivo keep plus ing para describir una acción repetida. Listening and speaking. Hablar de hábitos y experiencias previas significativas. Free time, best birthday, cooking, animals, favorite state in Mexico, sports.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You know what? Today we are going to work with verbs followed by ing or infinitive. That's a hard topic. That's so difficult. But the difficult part is that we have to memorize a lot. That's the difficult part. Okay, so here we have an icebreaker. We have overcoming obstacles. This is a conference, a short talk, and it's taken from this page. It's by TED Talks here. And here we have the link. I would really like to watch it, but as far as we have been experiencing, well, I haven't been able to show you the videos or the presentation as it should be. I am seriously thinking that it's my internet signal. I don't know. Maybe I need to change it. But I strongly recommend watching this one. I'm going to show you all of the links that we recommend you to be working with so that you check it at home. All right? Okay, so let's go to the next. Here it is the same video. And look at this. What is one powerful lesson you have learned from overcoming adversity? And what virtues have you developed from adversity? Patience, compassion, strength, love, etc. Can you name one person that you admire for overcoming adversity? You know what? I think that this is very interesting, very important, because adversity is, well, for me, in my point of view, is not only the problems that we have day by day, but also the situations that we face that are challenging all our skills or our abilities and even our values. So could anybody tell me what about lessons that you have learned from overcoming adversity? Something so significant for you. I would like to talk to you about something that happened to me a long time ago. My father was a very, very friendly person. He was easygoing, an easygoing person. And my mother has been always a person because she doesn't like to say yes to everything she's asked to. And so many people say that my mother is not a very nice person. She's not an easygoing person. And so one day, a neighbor told to my mother that he hated her. So my mother was very affected by that. She resented very much being said that thing. And I was very angry. So I stopped talking to that person for 10 years. I never said hello, good morning, anything. But it happened one day that I was coming home with my little children, they were babies, and suddenly it started to rain. And so I realized that I was not carrying my keys with me. So I couldn't enter to my house with my babies. They were my 3 little children under the rain. So I went to knock at the neighbor's door, the opposite one, and the neighbor was not there. So I needed to go to knock at the door of the other neighbor, the one that I didn't speak to. And I was like, oh my, no, please, God, don't do that to me. But I needed to. So I went, I knocked at his door. I was praying God that it was his mother, his sister, anybody. But no, there wasn't anybody but him. So he opened the door and I had to say, neighbor, good afternoon. Could you please let me go into your house with my babies? Because I don't have my keys and it's raining cats and dogs. And so he very kindly, very politely told me, of course, please take your babies here. And so we went there. He offered coffee to me and my children, cookies. And I was really embarrassed, really ashamed. But there I understood that we all need everyone. So it is not a good attitude from us to stop talking to anybody. Of course, I also believe that the reason was good. But anyway, life taught me that I am not self-sufficient. I need from everyone. And so I started talking to that neighbor still the day he died. And it was for me a hard lesson. But I guess I learned it. So what about you? Have you received any lesson like this? Don't be shy. Don't sleep. Don't.
Yes,
All right. Yes.
I I was very young. I was working like for the second year in my life, and I had this experience. I I wanted to do everything like the best. I was very committed with my students. They were preschoolers. They were what we say in Spanish, preprimaria, and they were already writing and getting ready for the elementary. And I wanted to do everything perfect. I wanted my children to be the best, and I taught them how to keep their uniforms or their sweaters when they went to recess. So they were like the only children in the school who would never lose their sweaters or their sports jacket and so on. And I was always very careful, and I would say like, okay, stand up, put your sweater in your school bag, okay, go to recess. And I was like very organized and very careful with those things. And one day, one of the kids says, oh, my sport jacket isn't in my school bag. And I went crazy and I said, but why? And I got angry at him because he didn't do what I said. And I was very upset because it was time to go home, and we were there going crazy, looking for the jacket. And I was feeling like very frustrated because this was never going to happen to me. And then finally, we found it, and it was in another kid's school bag. I remember his name was Jorge, and I was angry at Jorge, and I said, "Did you took it from Carlos' school bag, didn't you?" And he was like very serious and upset. And at the end, to make the story shorter, I was very upset at Hector. I was telling Carlos to forgive me for being upset at him. It was all Hector's fault. And I went home, and in the afternoon, I was still angry at Hector and sorry, at Jorge. And at the end, on Friday, Carlos said that he had a note for me, and the note said from the mother that I should let him go with Jorge because he was going to have lunch with him. And it was like I was about, how in heavens are you going to have lunch with that guy? I got mad at you because of him. I didn't. Thank God I didn't. I got the lesson of my life. And I thank God that I had this lesson, that these two little children taught me this life lesson when I was still very young and when I was starting to work. I learned that the children don't keep hatred. They forgive. I was still angry at Jorge because I was mad at Carlos because of him. But Carlos wasn't angry at Jorge at all. He had forgotten the whole thing. So I learned, and from that day on, I never get mad at my students. I never get angry at them. I could probably act like I'm angry if they need it, but I'm not angry. I don't bring those things into my guts. I don't make it personal. And that's something I learned. Not to keep hatred, not to be mad forever. Just react as you think the situation needs you to react, but under control, not being angry, not being mad, and not taking it personal. That was my lesson.
Yeah, and that was a really good one. Thank you very much, Astrid. That was so nice. You know what? Agustin wrote something. I would like him to read it. Danny, wait for me just a moment. Okay, let's Agustin read it. Agustin, hello.
I'm here. I want to share the last question, which is about, can you name one person that you admire for overcoming adversity? And I have an aunt who lived in Cuba for so many years and married a Cuban and had her children while it was Castro times. And it was the Cold War and the starving times in Cuba. She also met Gita, who was the psychology university principal in Moscow. So she could escape the island and come back to Mexico, and she is a very successful special needs teacher who now is recognized all over Sinaloa as one of the best teachers and artists alive in the state. She has talked lots and lots about teaching and having confidence in the process of the universe, beautiful plans for us. So while I was having a very big challenge was 1.5 years ago when we were rehearsing with my students. So we were about to have an opening and everything was great. Their memory, their talents, their costumes, everything was so expensive that eventually, just about 1 hour before the starting and with all the audience there, the taxes and the authorities of the county came, just wanted to cancel the performing. And I thought of my aunt, and I thought that I had to be patient and not to let the artists and the students to know this. So I saw into the eyes of these authorities and I told them, I've got the tickets, I have already paid. Here are the papers, every one of them. So the show must go on and let me open the curtain. But I was very calm. I knew that they wanted to have an extra money for that. And I never gave up. I just looked at their eyes and I told them, I've got all the documents, I have all the payments, and I've got all the audiences, and I am going to have the best here. So I just made up my mind that I was having patience. So, and that's it. I made it, we made it come through, and it was a success.
Excellent. Hey, that's admirable. And you
Oh,
were really good
oh.
inspired.
Thank you, thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much, Agustin.
My pleasure.
Annie, you wanted to talk to us something.
Yes. I want to talk about someone that I learned a lot from, and it's my mom, because a few years ago my mom had cancer, and it was a difficult time for not just for her, for all of us. But now, for everyone to know, she is okay, and she has been a few years like okay, and everything is great in her health. But I think that in that time I learned about having a lot of patience and a lot of strength, because it was nothing easy, and it was like very frustrating to see someone you love that much suffering, and that you can do anything to help her. But I think that with these kind of situations, we have the opportunity to not only to demonstrate our love, but to be stronger every day. And that's what I learned from her and from myself.
Excellent. Thank you very much. You know what? Yes, I really admire you also, because that is not an easy situation. And even your mommy defeated cancer. That it's a very difficult disease. But you know what? As you said, that's the moment when you really show how loving you can be, how supportive you can be when the ones that you love need it. So, hey, that was claps for you. All right.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And thank you very much for sharing your experience. Okay, so Monica, please could you read or say what you wrote? Monica,
Yes, can you
yes,
repeat, please?
we can listen to you.
Hello.
We can hear you, Moni.
Okay, can you repeat me, please, the instruction?
Yes, you wrote your experience, so we would like to listen to you reading.
Okay, well, I don't tell you about my experience, but I only say that I learned that I can forgive me every mistake that I committed. Don't be rude. Don't be too rude with myself. And the virtue that I have developed from adversity is the forgiveness.
Yes, you're right. You're really right. Thank you very much. That's very important, because sometimes we are very strict with ourselves. And if we can forgive anybody, why we can't forgive ourselves? That's it. Thank you very much, Moni. All right. So, Jess Gonzalez, please, could you read for us what you wrote? Jessie Gonzalez, hello. Are you there? Okay, or maybe Lisa Aguilar?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, thank you.
Well, when I was younger, I don't listen the advice of others. Sometimes I get angry when someone says me, "Hey, you can do this to be better." So, from my teachers and my mom, I learned to be more open-minded and listen to them because that helps me to be a better person.
Hey, that was very sensible. You're right. Thank you very much. Okay, so what about, thank you. So what about Liz Gonzalez? Oh, I'm sorry. Arisbeth?
Okay. Well, I wrote this. I don't remember an experience like that, but I think that all of us need other people. That's why I help others when they need it. If we help each other, this world will be best.
Excellent. Hey, that's beautiful and so inspiring. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Abigail, what about you? Abby, hello. Okay, so maybe Abby is having some problems with her microphone, but she wrote, I am in the same opinion. I have the same opinion as Arisbeth. We all need everyone. It is never good to keep grudges. If it is supportive enough, we should do it. Life is so wonderful and never ceases to amaze. In a moment, we are above, and in the open of an eye, we are below. Yes, that's right. You're really right, Abby. Thank you very much. So, Joel, could you help us reading yours? Joel.
Yes. I wrote, I try to be polite with everyone and enjoy each moment in my life. I consider everyone deserves respect. I have lost many friends, so I try to take advantage. I have lost many friends, so I try to take advantage being here in this planet. I wrote that because probably we don't realize that the chance that we have to have a life. So we have to take advantage of to be here. So for me, it's very important. The knowledge, it could be something that you develop every day, but you have to learn about the experience. You have to learn about all the things that you do, but you have to be able to realize, to be coherent about your ideas, and you have to be respect with your acts. Well, I think that.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, you know what? That's very important what you mentioned, to be coherent about everything we say and the
Yes.
things that we do. Sometimes we say anything, but with our actions, we say something opposite, totally opposite that of the idea, the principal idea. All
Yes.
right. Yeah.
That's the point, because many could say many things, but they don't do that they say. That is a big problem.
Yeah, you're right. I totally agree with you. Okay, so Betsaida, please, could you read us what you wrote?
Yes. I lost my boyfriend a few years ago because he fell sick of cancer. I think this was the most difficult time that I lived. He received the chemotherapy. He did his best effort to be strong and be happy. Then the cancer cells spread, and the doctors needed to cut his leg to avoid the other cancer cells spread to the rest of his body. I tried to stay always for him. and I needed to be strong and gave him all my love and support. He lost the fight, but he lived every day of his life. I felt too much pain for losing him because we had planned marriage. I developed my strength in those years.
My goodness, it was terrible, but I don't know sometimes why those things happen. But anyway, you could do it. Oh my, thank you very much for sharing your experience with us. It was so inspiring, really inspiring. Thank you very much, Betsaida. Okay, so Maria Carolina, could you talk to us about yourself, your experience? Maria Carolina, can you use your microphone? Maybe she's not having the opportunity of using it. So Yesenia Amador, could you read, please?
Yes, I have been kindergarten teacher for 4 years, and in this time I had 2 boys with deformities and one with autism. They taught me a lot. The little kids with deformities about I don't know how do you say it just has cap and you have the strength for do whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter if you are a little kid like them. And with the kid with autism, the first day with I have it, I feel so terrible. I didn't know how to talk them. He only run in all the classroom in the school. And that day I feel very, very sad because I didn't know what to do. So, but then I have it in the end of the year, and I feel very happy because he learned a lot of things. And in the next year, we have the same boy, but I have to learn a lot yet.
Hey, that was a really big lesson. Thank you very much. I think that all of those experiences are invaluable. Here, I would like to read what Monica wrote. She said, I learned that I can forgive me everything. Oh, she has already spoke about it. Jess Gonzalez wrote, I have a friend. She's a very patient person. She was sick of cancer, but thanks God today this is well. Then I have learned about the things happen for something, for any reason. Okay, Maria Carolina wrote, in my opinions, we always have to support each other since we are going to need the least we can imagine. The word goes round a lot and it is a handkerchief and you don't know at what moment you will need others. Yes, you're right. And Laurelena, could you read, please?
Yes. Say, in this moment of my life, I am learning a lot because I have an aunt. She is my mom's sister, and she is an old person, and she has senile dementia. This is a very complicated situation. She lives with me, and my mom and me take care of her. Obviously, the passion and the love are basics for this situation.
Yeah, too much. It is a really hard situation, but fortunately you have the patience of doing so. That's so important. Thank you very much, Laurelena. All right, you know what? I think that it was extremely interesting. So good. Guess what? We are going to work today with this topic. We are going to work with gerunds and infinitives after certain verbs. Anybody who could help us reading? Any volunteer?
Me.
Yes, please, Jessie.
Okay. Activity 2, video. What have...
I'm sorry. It was not a video. Okay.
Okay, now me, please.
Yes.
Activity 2, what have we just seen? He enjoys helping other people. Mike enjoys doing his job. Mike enjoys teaching. He enjoys playing basketball, tennis, and scuba diving. He keeps trying to do his best every day. His job involves helping people. His job involves trying people. People with disabilities. They decide to face their difficulties. People who refuse is the pronunciation?
Refuse.
Yeah, refuse, it's okay.
Okay, people who refuse to let their problems control their lives. People who try to do something they can be proud of and they keep trying to do it in spite of their problems. Is there something that you've done that you're very proud of?
Thank you very much. Yes, what we are going to check is how they are using the gerund form. Here they say he enjoys helping. Mike enjoys doing. Mike enjoys teaching. He enjoys playing. Instead of saying he enjoys to play, Mike enjoys to teach, it is very usual that we use gerund after the, these verbs, stative verbs. Stative verbs are verbs that are not certainly actions. They are emotional states. For example, enjoy, enjoy, love, hate, like. Those verbs are all of the time followed by an gerund, but like, for example, sometimes can be followed by an infinitive. You know what? There are some lists of verbs that can be followed just by a gerund. Some other lists of verbs that can be followed just by infinitives. There is another list about all of the verbs that can be followed by either an infinitive or a gerund. But you know what? My advice, to learn them by heart, all of them, but to pay attention on how they are used in context and try to make kind of like a mind mapping and remember them by heart. So when you use it in a wrong way, it is going to sound like noisy in your brain. So you are going to realize that it was not correct. Because yes, it is very complicated to learn all of this by heart. So here we have the opposite. People with disabilities decide to face their difficulties. People who refuse to let their problems control their lives. In this case, it sounds like weird because you remember that let is not followed by to, but here to is before, who refuse to let their problems. People who try to do something, they can be problems. Okay, and they keep trying to do it in spite of their problems. Okay, so this is a reference. Let's see the explanations. Okay, so what we are seeing here is the use of the gerunds and the use of the infinitives. Okay, so could anybody help me reading the next?
Me.
I can do.
Cindy, please, and later Edgar.
Okay.
Look at the difference. Maria loves to swimming. Maria loves swimming. What can you say about those sentences? Is there are any difference? Infinitives are the verbs that are the best for use in sentences. Oh my God. Okay. Infinitives are the verbs for use in sentences about actions that are unreal or abstract, or that you will be occur in the future. The idea of the action. Gerunds are the verbs for use in sentences about actions that are real or complete, or that have been completed, the activity.
That's it. Thank you very much. Yes, in the first case, we are talking here, Maria loves to swim. Here they are talking about the action that she does. And in the second, it says Maria loves swimming. Here we are going to translate swimming like natación. Okay, so we can change sometimes the verbs into nouns like this. We are going to add the ing form. For example, if I say read, it is a verb, and reading can not only be the gerund form of this, leyendo, but also it can be a noun, lectura. All right, so what about write is a verb, escribir, and writing can be a noun, escritura. All right, so in this case, we are talking about this one. Maria loves swimming as a noun. All right? Hey, hello.
Okay, okay.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Please, could you do me a favor? Everybody, write in the chat something that you love doing. For example, please try to use the infinitive or gerund. I would like to say that I love to play the guitar. Yes, I love playing very much. Okay, Betsaida, pretty good. Edgar, I love driving. Betsaida, I love reading. Jessie, I love walking. Excellent. And so, Tanya, I love eating chocolate. Chocolate. And so, Cindy, I enjoy playing basketball. Joel, I love practicing sports. Astrid, I love writing. Angelina, I love reading. Maria del Carmen, I love cooking for my children. Tomas, I love playing handball. Oh, Agustin, I love writing drums and make my students act them. Wow. And so, Gina, I love running. Arisbeth, I love exercising. Liz, I love dancing. Manuel, I love eating pizza. I love to eat pizza. Hey, that's great. I love drinking coffee. Wow, I love playing video games. Astrid, I love learning and teaching English. Hey, that's wonderful. Edgar, I love playing video games. Fernanda, I love reading novels. Abigail, I love watching movies. Hey, that's nice. Angel, I love walking in the morning. Okay, excellent. Edgar, I like cooking. Marisol, I love going to the gym. Edgar, I love walking with my dog. Yeah, Carolina, I love listening music. Wow, hey, that's nice, pretty good. Okay, now let's go to the next. Monica, I love to collect stuffed animals, pink pigs. Oh, I love collecting, could be. I love to see the old movies. Okay. I love watching old movies. Lupita, I love my boyfriend. Oh, that's great. Okay, Yesenia, I love playing the transverse flute. Oh my, hey, that's beautiful. All right, let's go to the next. All right, here you are. Could anybody help me reading, please?
Yes,
Edgar, please, thank you.
yes. Activity 3. Grammar infinitives 2 plus verb. Often perform the same function as nouns. Subjects. Not common and spoken English, very formal. To do the right thing is not easy versus common speech. It's not easy to do the right thing. To learn a new language is helpful. Object. Receive the action. I want to help you. They love to travel. Subject complement. More info about the subject. Her job is to assist you. My dream is to open a business. Adjective. It might be easier to think of them as object complement. I told you to wait. I'm describing what I told you. He wants me to leave. I'm describing what he wants. Adverb. Give more information about verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. We must study to learn. Why must we study? I want to learn to sing.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, you know what? I would like you to help me to write now in the chat any example of these sentences, the one that you would like. For example, I want to travel, or my job is to teach English. I don't know, anything that you would like to practice. You know what? My piece of advice is to try to practice the exercises or the sentences that are complicated for us. Okay, so okay, Astrid wrote, we must study hard to achieve the certification. Excellent. Jessie, I want to continue studying. Wow, perfect. Daniela, my dream is to go to Japan. Wow, pretty good. Betsaida, I'm glad to see you in this class again. Hey, great. Okay, Gina, I want to travel for by many countries. Maria del Carmen, my dream is to travel to Europe. Jessie, I want to travel to Italy. Agustin, my job is uncertain so often that it makes me get used to it. Hi. Joel, I try to understand the use of gerunds. Excellent, very good. Laura Elena, I want to finish my studies. Excellent. Abigail, I want to navigate the streets of Venice. Wow. Monica, my big problem is to understand Chinese. Hey, that's great. Very good examples. Really good. Fernanda, what about your example? Angel, remember kids that I don't pass the list because I check the chat and I take all the writing in the chat for making the notch of your attendance. If you didn't write in the chat, there's no attendance. Okay, so good. Monica, oh, Maria del Carmen, I told you to fix the car. Great. I want to learn French. Very good, Tania. Lupita, I want to work to have money. Excellent. Jessie, I want to learn LSM. Hey, pretty good. Angel, I want to have more time. Excellent. Fernanda, I remember to cook for my mom. Hey, that's it. I want to help other people. That's great. And Marisol, my dream is to have everyone on the beach. Oh, great. I need to practice more my speaking English. Excellent. I want to pass the certification exam. Excellent. Angeles, my dream is to drive a race car at Nürburgring. Oh, Edgar, great. Daniela, I need to go shopping. Great. Laura, I hope to see my old friends soon. Wow. Liz, I love to dance with my students. Excellent. Jessica, I wanted to learn that chocolate, but I didn't. I wanted to eat that chocolate. All right, great. Agustin, we must be patient while we write in a foreign language so we can improve every day. So that we can improve every day. Excellent. Manuel, I want to bet in the casino. That's great. Fernanda, I hope to pass my exam. You will, I'm sure of that. Jessie, I need to pass the certification exam. Okay, that's it. Agustin, I've got hope to pass my test every time I do my practicing. Okay, you know what? I think it's I hope, or I've hoped to pass my exam. I hope. I need to practice the pronunciation. Hey, that's great. I need to buy a better camera for my work. Excellent. I want to travel to Japan. I want to travel around the world, Jessie. I hope that's it. And Abigail, I need to sleep with this rain. That's it. Pretty good. Okay, hey, that was wonderful. I prefer to drink a cup of coffee. Hey, that's great. Okay, verbs, gerunds, verbs, ing. Okay, so could anybody help me reading, please?
Me.
All right, Jessie,
Okay.
please.
Okay. Activity 3. Grammar, gerunds, verb, ing. Noun or verb. Actually, a verbal noun. Running is good for your heart. Subject. This is what we are talking about. He hates waking up early. Object. It receives the actions. What I hate most is repeating myself. Subject complement. Gives more info about the subject, what I hate most. I saw Jim riding his bike. Object complement. Gives more info about the object, Jim. I'm interested in improving myself. Object or preposition. When gerunds come after prepositions. She doesn't like you bossing her around. Object or possessive pronoun, your.
Thank you very much. Yes, these are some of the cases when we are going to use gerund. I would like to remark this one. Here we go. Object of a preposition. When gerunds come after prepositions. I'm interested in improving myself here. Or whenever we are going to use a preposition, in, on, of, for, from, etc., etc., the verb that is going to be after that preposition must mandatorily be in gerund. Okay? So, for example, no, this pen is for writing. Okay, the books are for reading. Okay, so Angelina, I hate doing exercise. Hey, that's it. Okay, Edgar, I'm interested in improving my English skills. Excellent. That's a very good example. All right, so go to the next. Here we have a note. Never confuse a gerund with a continuous verb. What is it? She is running. Some people used to say, teacher, is this in gerund? No, that's continuous present. Gerund is not a tense. Gerund is a grammar form of the verb. Here we have a piece of advice. So in these videos, you can see, you can check something about what I am talking about. I am going to send you the link also. Look at this. What I was saying is that these are tenses. Okay, very good. Okay, so here we can see that we are using tenses, like he is reading a book. He was reading a book. He has been reading, he had been reading, etc., etc. How can we know that we are talking about a tense, a continuous or progressive tense, and not a gerund? Well, because in a tense, we have the auxiliaries. In this case, to be, here to be again, to be, it is also to be again, to be, and here to be, okay?
Maggie, excuse me, I have a difficult to understand this.
Yes,
Excuse me.
no, it's okay, don't worry. You know what we wanted to state is that the gerund is not a tense. We say, we are talking in gerund. No, we are talking in present progressive or past progressive. Gerund is just a form of the verb. I am going, yes.
Excuse me. Gerund is only that I don't say. Example, I say, I love swimming. It's not the present progressive. It's not the tense of the verb.
Here, what we call gerund is just the verb with ing. That's it. So, for example, I wrote running. That's gerund. He has been running. That is present perfect continuous. That's a tense. Okay. That's just the explanation. I think that sometimes it is not so very important, but we needed to state that gerund is not a tense, is the grammar form of the verb, the ing. The tense is present perfect continuous, for example, or present progressive, or present present progressive, past progressive. That's it.
Okay, thank you. I understand in this moment.
All right. Anybody else?
Yes, me. I have an example, maybe.
Yes.
If that I say I love eating, and she has been eating. Right? Okay.
That's it. That's right. Excellent. Okay, let's go to the next. Okay. Could anybody help us reading, please?
It's me.
Yes, please.
Reading books is great fun. He likes reading books. He is looking forward to reading books on Sunday. He has been on reading books. He is used to reading books. What about reading books? He likes the idea of reading books. After reading the book, he went to bed.
Excellent. Thank you very much. As far as we can see, here we have that we are going to use the gerund in different ways. Here we have some rules. For example, in here, Reading is taken as an activity, not the verb read. Here we have also like a stative verb. He are talking also about a stating verb, but look at this. He's looking forward to reading books. For me, it was something like difficult because after the preposition to, we are not going to use any gerund. But in here, when you say the expression, he is looking forward, it is valid to say to reading. Here we are using it after a preposition. He is keen on reading books. Here, he is used to reading books. The expression is used to. And after the gerund. Here, what about reading? The preposition about is before reading. He likes the idea of reading books, preposition. After reading the books, he went to bed. After, preposition. Okay. So, have you got any question, anybody of you?
No, teacher.
No? Okay.
Then when you have a preposition, the common is that you use the gerund.
Yes, if you use any preposition on, for, from, about, in, etc., the verb that you are going to use after the preposition must be in gerund.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
My pleasure. Anybody who wants to help? Let's read, please. Anybody?
Okay, me. Activity
Yes.
3, grammar gerunds. We use the gerunds after prepositions in, at, on, by, for, of, etc. I am afraid of flying. He is interested in studying English. We use the gerunds after certain verbs. Best way to remember is practice, and then you develop an instinct. Like plus ing, love, hate, enjoy, mind, stop, finish. Admire, delight, forgive, postpone, regret. Appreciate, deny, imagine, practice, resist. About the test, keep meaning, continue, prevent, stop. Consider, enjoy, miss, propose, meaning, joy, suggest, suggest. We use gerunds when the verb is the subject of the sentence. Learning English isn't easy. Drinking wine is a pleasure, not. To drink wine is a pleasure can be used, but it is not common in spoken English.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's do some examples about the use of gerund as a subject of the sentence. For me, I could say, reading is a nice activity in rainy days. That's my example. Okay, Jessie Amador wrote, sleeping is the best in vacation. Oh, yes. Agustin, raining is not often an event in my hometown. Wow. Hey, Agustin, pretty good example. By the way, Agustin, where do you live? Okay. Guanajuato is a dry city. Thank you. Edgar, cooking is easy when you practice. Excellent. Jesse Gallegos, learning is the best for the world. Excellent. Angelina, meeting with my friends is nice. Excellent. Thank you. Arisbeth, eating cookies is great when it's raining. When it is raining. Laura, eating chocolate is pleasure. Oh, yes. Okay, and Joel, I could say I am finishing my homework, doing my homework, okay? Maria del Carmen, reading is the best. Excellent. Driving is great when the road is empty. Excellent. Eating tacos is wonderful. Oh, yes, it is. Marisol, exercising is a good activity to be in good physical condition. Great. Jessie, walking is the best exercise. Pretty good. Tomas, playing basketball on the sunny day, on a sunny day is great. Manuel, smoking is the worst you can do for your health. Hey, that's pretty good. Thank you. Anybody else? Aha, drinking coffee is the best. Yes, drinking coffee is the best way to wake up. Hey, that's great. Monica, swimming is not easy for me. Whoa, good. Taking a nap in the afternoon in a rainy day is great. Wow, good. Abby, eating healthy is good for your health. Hey, that's pretty good. You know what? I don't think there's any problem about this. Let's continue. Oh, hey, that's great. Reading books is good, but buying is great, yes. Astrid, baking cookies with children helps in rainy days. Oh, yes. Edgar, eating tacos with a cold Coke is the best thing ever. Oh my, yes. All right. Anybody who could help to read, please?
I can.
Yes, Edgar, thank you.
Yes, okay. Grammar infinitives. To plus verb. We use infinitives after adjectives. This book is difficult to read. This sofa is uncomfortable to sleep on. But you can say, sleeping on this sofa is uncomfortable. We use infinitives after centered verbs. Best way to remember is practicing, and then you develop an instinct. 1 plus to verb. Need, decide, plan, learn, teach, seem, promise. Agree, arrange, ask, choose, claim, decide, decline, forget, happen, hesitate, hope, learn, pretend, remember, seem, manage, offer, plan, demand, refuse. We use infinitives to give a reason, purpose. I went to Peru to visit my friend. I went to library to study math.
Thank you very much. Yes, as I told you before, there are different lists that we can use about the verbs in gerund, about the verbs in infinitive, but the best thing is not only to learn them by heart, but also to read a lot. And when you see them in context, it's gonna be easier, much easier for you to learn and to recognize. Okay, so there is something that I would like you to pay a lot of attention to. There are certain verbs that must be used, well, that if you use them in infinitive has a meaning, and if you use it into a gerund, there's another meaning. Okay, so here Brenda wrote, drinking water is the best option to hydrate your body. Good. Maria Carolina, drinking a glass of wine with the family is wonderful. Good. Danny Telles, using my cell phone is kind of an addiction. Oh my, yes, that's it. Yesi Gonzalez, learning Chinese is different. Okay, so here we say, we are not going to use the infinitive with to after modal verbs. We don't say you should to go to the doctor. It's you should go to the doctor. I can cook very well. We use infinitives after certain verbs without the to. For example, let. My father didn't let me go. No, let me to go. My mother made me clean. No, made me to clean. All right. After some perception, like see, watch, hear, notice, feel, sense. Watch her walk away. No, I want her to walk. All right. After expressions with why. Why go out the night before an exam instead of why to go? I guess that this is very important because this is a common mistake. Many people used to say, why to do this instead of why do this? So here we have another suggestion, the source, and let's continue with the next. Could anybody help out reading?
Arisbeth, please.
Yes, please.
Activity 3. Grammar, infinitives and gerunds. Algunos verbos pueden ser seguidos por un infinitivo o un gerundio sin tener casi diferencia en su significado. Love, hate, like, start, prefer. Ejemplos. Maria loves to drink soda in the pool. Maria loves drinking soda in the pool. El significado de ambas oraciones es casi el mismo. A María le encanta tomar el refresco en la alberca. Rose hates to wash the dishes. Rose hates washing the dishes. El significado de ambas oraciones es casi el mismo. Rose odia lavar los platos. Remember, infinitives are best for using sentences about actions that are unreal or abstract, the idea of the action. Gerunds are best for use in sentences about actions that are real or complete, or that have been complete, the activity.
Okay, thank you very much. Here, what they are saying is that there's no problem about using infinitive or the gerund in these verbs, but I would like to show you something different. Here, there are some verbs, as I told you before, that change their meaning when you use them in infinitive or in gerund. Could anybody help me reading, please?
Me.
Yes, please.
Verbos con gerundio o infinitivo con diferencia en el significado. Por otra parte, hay algunos verbos que pueden ser seguidos por un gerundio o un infinitivo, pero sí existe una diferencia en el significado. Continue, forget, start, remember, stop. Ejemplos. She doesn't remember taking the bracelet from the drawer. Ella no se acuerda de haber tomado la pulsera del cajón. She doesn't remember to take the bracelet from the drawer. Ella no recuerda sacar la pulsera del cajón.
That's it. Thank you very much. Yes, in the first case, whenever we use in gerund, we are talking about a past event. No recuerdo haberlo hecho. And in the second one, we are talking that we don't remember to do it. Ella no se acuerda de hacerlo, de que tiene que hacerlo. Okay, so for example, I could say that I always forget to write my notes. Okay, and today morning I forgot writing my notes. Okay, this is what we are talking about. If you use it in infinitive, it means that we don't forget to do it. I forget every day. And if we use it into gerund, it means that we forgot doing this in the past, maybe today morning, something like this. Okay. All right. So why don't we use one example of this? For example, I don't know. You know what? My sister forgot coming this weekend. When she realized, she called me and she said, "Oh my, I'm so sorry, I forgot it." Okay, Liz, Betsaida, she is stopping smoke. She stopped to smoke. Betsaida, pretty good. Yep, when you say she is stopping smoke, is that she doesn't do it anymore. And when you say she stopped to smoke, is that you were doing something that you interrupted because you were going to smoke. Okay, very good. And Liz, I forget to do my homework. Maybe it is a use. Okay, Agustin, it is not good to start discussing when we are having dinner. Wow, pretty good. Very good example. Okay, Tanya wrote, I start to learn cooking. Well, I think that it could be I started to learn how to cook. Or I started having cooking lessons. Monica, I forgot because remember that it refers to past. I forgot doing my English homework. Joel, my mother always remembers to make dinner. If you are going to use it into, no, I'm sorry, I'm lost. Joel, they continue working during his holiday. Okay, Joel. Jessie, my mother always remember to make dinner. Yes, my mother always remember. My mother has always remembered making dinner. It's okay, Moni. I started reading a book. Okay. I didn't remember leaving my notebook at my friend's house. I start learning Italian. I start to learn Italian. Hey, that's great. Pretty good. All right. I don't know. Do you have any other doubt, any hesitation about this topic? No? Okay, let's continue because it is too much. All right, here we have keep plus ing. Could anybody help me reading, please?
Hi.
Oh, yes, please.
Activity 3, grammar gerunds. Keep plus ing. Cuando queremos animar a alguien para que continúe haciendo algo, keep siempre va seguido de un verbo en gerundio, usando ing. Su traducción en español sería sigue o continúa. Ejemplos, keep going. You should keep trying. Keep studying. Someday you will be a great professional.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, we can say keep on trying, keep on doing so, keep working, keep, etc., etc. Why don't we write any suggestion for anybody using keep, please? Here, she forgets working. Oh, I start, Yesenia, they start to keep money for her wedding. Here you say They started keeping money. Maria del Carmen, I continue learning English. Excellent. Okay, give me a moment. Give me a break. Okay, she forgets working for her sister. She forgot working. Agustin, don't remember having lost my money. Yes. Don't remember to pay the light account. I didn't remember paying the light account. Keep swimming. Excellent. Keep working on your workbooks. Excellent. Just keep swimming. Dory to Father's Nemo. That's it. You should keep doing your best effort. Excellent. You should keep reading. The final of the book is amazing. Okay, excellent. Keep practicing. Soon you'll be good at it. Wow, good. Jessie, I must keep studying for my exam. Okay, I better keep writing my exercises. Very good. You know, Agustin, I think that the correct is I'd better. I''D, better keep. You can keep the perfect average. Excellent. And keep singing. Your voice is great. Wow. They should keep working in that hospital. Excellent. Keep learning English. Okay. You keep going your course until the end. Hey, that's great. Monica, you should keep practicing English. Okay. Keep practicing. It worked. Keep giving your best. Okay. Keep practicing. You will be the best. Hey, that's nice. Keep saving money. You will need it if you have troubles. Yes. I keep learning grammar every day since this course started. Wow, Brenda, nice. I'd better keep practicing my exercises. Hey, great. Keep trying. Nobody's born knowing everything. Hey, that's wonderful. Very good examples. Okay, kids, let's go to practice. Gerund or infinitive. What do you think about this? I don't fancy go out or going out.
Going out.
Okay, let's check. Going, excellent.
Yes.
Avoided to tell him or telling him about our plans?
Telling.
To tell.
Avoided to tell.
To tell.
Let me
Tell.
Telling.
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 Okay, next. I would like
Coming to the party.
to come. Okay, so he enjoys
Having.
Having.
Excellent. She kept
Talking.
talking. I'm learning
To speak.
to speak. Do you
English.
mind
Giving.
Give me a hand.
Giving me a hand.
giving me a hand? Help me.
Carry.
Carrying.
Very great. I
Carry.
finished
To
Cook. To cook.
to cook.
To cook.
Cooking.
Cooking.
I finished cooking. Come on in. He decided
To study.
study.
to study. I dislike
Waiting.
Waiting.
I just like waiting.
waiting. He asked
To
To
come.
come.
To
Come with
come.
us.
come with us. I promise
Helping you.
Helping you.
To help you.
Help.
to help
help.
you.
Help.
Yes.
You know, it is kind of a difficult task, this topic of gerunds and infinitives.
Exactly.
But don't worry, I think this is one of the most difficult topics that we have. But my advice is just read and practice, and then you are going to get used to how to do it. It is more than everything that get used to it, and then you are going to do it automatically. Okay. I don't know if you have any other question.
No.
No.
All right.
Oh, Maggie.
Yes. No. Okay. Well.
It's been a
Thank you.
marvelous lesson. Thank you.
No, thanks to you. You are really great. You are so creative. You are so responsible, and you are very attentive. That is so important. When we are working online. So thank you very much for coming today, for attending to the class, and meet you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, Maggie.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Good night,
day,
everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you.
See you
Good night.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.